Hello everyone, I'm Relentlessly Zero. We are back again after we got our power back on. You know I had to wake up bright and early for this one. We're going to be talking about how EvS has now put out a statement saying he has to have a truce with JDA and putting out them settlement NDAs after supposedly, or it seems to be that he's lost the trademark to the term Comicsgate and he's going to be calling it Comicsgate Arena now. Go support Hellfat with Comicsgate Arena titles, but it's going to be hilarious how hypocritical this man is after saying all that he wants a truce with JDA, as he does not seem to extend that olive branch to Eric July, of course, and he's a hypocrite with his own backers of Cyberfrog to Wreck Planet. But first, let's get into the pre-order for The Horseman, Welcome to Forest Park. 38 more days because it had to be extended. It was a delay due to the whole Hurricane Milton situation, but we're sitting at 10,952 books sold, 650K on the sale. Also, I believe the ISOM #1 Signature Series was also extended as well due to the hurricane. But we'll move on over to the Young ISOM. You know, the ISOM that's a younger depiction of ISOM from ISOM 2. I know y'all gonna get sick of me saying ISOM, but just for the occasion, had to wear the ISOM shirt too, just to make fun of EvS, of course. 71 statues sold, 21,588. There's a total of 500 being made for this, so get in where you fit in. Inspired by the ISOM 2 cover D, Kane and White cover. So, let's now get into this right here, saying just an announcement. Truce declared in private and now public between Jon Del Arroz and myself. There will be no more negative videos from either of us about each other. None of my fans should bother him or vice versa. Too much negativity. Let's get back to making comics. Again, that olive branch does not get extended to people like Yellow Flash or Eric July, so it's all garbage in my opinion. And I always knew it was going to be garbage. This man talks out of both sides of his neck, as he usually does, so screw him. He's a piece of garbage. He's always going to be seen as a piece of garbage. As Night Ronin, shout out to him, says, too much negativity. Does this offer extend to Eric July? Will Jon report on negativity in comics if it continues? I'm sure he will, because why not? Talk about the negativity in comics and how bad comics have become in the mainstream. It's even more interesting that T.O. Spencer himself, the most legit retard on the planet, gets owned as well. How do you have the facts if it's going to trial next week? Settlement, NDA, RIP. Oh, it's bittersweet with these legit morons on the internet. Let's keep it going. Eric got to keep ISOM. Ethan gets to trademark new CG. Are you legally allowed to call it Comicsgate Arena? Settlement NDA. That's not an answer. NDA tells me you lost and cannot use the word Comicsgate on its own, so you added Arena to it, which tells me Preston can use it and likely will. Settlement NDA. Say I own the Comicsgate trademark, or should we say, so he adds Comics Jack, which is Preston Poulter. Settlement NDA. Back Hellfat #1 this weekend, which is under the Comicsgate Arena name. But wait. Didn't you say that settlements means you lost? So did you lose? Or are you going to spin this into a good thing? Settlement sure isn't winning. It's just mitigating a potentially massive loss. So I guess you are indeed mitigating a massive potentially massive loss with you being a hypocrite, selling a 24-hour variant from Wreck Planet on your eBay store. Guangfei says, your idea of losing is settling, not going to trial. Eric will still get to use his ISOM IP for future projects. Keep coping. Yeah, there's no winning. It's just accepting it and moving forward. Okay, so I guess you're settling and moving forward with the fact that you quite possibly lost the Comicsgate trademark, and now you have to say Comicsgate Arena. And it's a great thing that Night Ronin screenshotted this, because this clown, the Watcher of Comics, who I believe is still a Niobe bot account, blocked me on Twitter. Oh, the clowns, all of them clowns. Oh, then we move over to Pan, by the way, who, again, another clown ripoff verse who has me blocked. Says, oh, what? I just finished a new weekly worm video. You know, What that means, right? Well, I'm sure most people don't know what that means. What this means is the Worm video is a puppet show gay video about Jon Del Arroz. The Worm is indeed Jon Del Arroz. It's a puppet this clown made for him, and now he can't put it out. But he's still gonna pay him for it. He's still gonna pay this absolute homosexual for the video. Because I'm sure somewhere he'll find the time and place to, of course, backstab JDA for the 1,000th time and use the video at some point during his garbage, non-existent, washed-up Comic Pro self career. Oh, it's going to be so good when that video comes out. And JDA has to once again tell EvS to stop being an absolute loser with his failing campaigns, his flopping campaigns. At hashtag the quartering was right. This man still has not had another $1 million campaign since Cyberfrog 2 Wrecked Planet, yet he wants to sit there and pocket watch and say that all of Eric's campaigns should be $1 million, $1.5 million, yet he's had more $1 million campaigns than you. 2 multi-million, in fact. And 4 $1 million plus campaigns in a row with brand new IPs like, I don't know, Alpha Core #1 outselling Cyberfrog 2. And most likely outselling Cyberfrog 3, which is hilarious to me. And it's so funny how people will still bring up the pre-order numbers, and they don't understand that books sell after the campaigns end, where Eric has at least sold over 150,000 books. Nowhere, like, EvS is nowhere near touching that many books, so I don't know why we're still having this conversation about how the Rippaverse is failing. It's like, these guys not understand. It's just like mainstream. Batman will always sell more than every other DC character. Spider-Man will always sell more than every other Marvel character. It's like they don't understand that each characters have different draws. I have people that did not buy Gooding, but they went on and bought Horseman because they were not interested in Gooding, but they were interested in Horseman. So I don't understand this BS concept of the Rippaverse failing and losing customers. It's like not everyone buys everything. There's stuff that I didn't buy. There's stuff that I don't see value in. I've said it before with like the Rippaverse shorts. I don't see the value in that, so I didn't purchase that. So it's like I know it's not a comic, but it's still, the point is I don't see value in everything. So I'm not going to buy everything. As I said, the olive branch is not going to extend to Eric July, as this was what was shown from this fool's latest trash cast, because now he called it Young Trash Cast. Trying to be funny, but you're not funny. You're just a clown who can only get the majority of your funds now from super chats from a bunch of drama people that are just there for the blood sports, people that are just there for the drama between you and your one-sided beef with Eric July, as he continues to be successful and congratulate other people like Iconic Comics, who just put out Common America 10, Butch Killigan #2, and Soulfinder #4, hitting over 100K with Common America 9 within the first 24 hours or so. So I said, this is why no one, and I mean no one, will ever respect this garbage human being ever again. This is why people respect the Rippaverse and Iconic Comics and Douglas Ernst's work ethic, because they don't spend time on this envious BS crusade against their competition. EvS always has been and always will be made, and of course I tag a bunch of people, and of course you see it, Young Trash Cast #1 swinging on that pole. Are you that salty that you couldn't get a deal with Iron Studios for your gay Cyberfrog figures? You had to go the China route and go that way to make your garbage toys that are not selling. You're still trying to sell them on your eBay store after the fact, and for more money, by the way, which, again, I'm going to say this, he's trying to sell Rainbow the Brute figures for more money than the Cyberfrog ones for a book that isn't even out yet. Just let that sink in. So you continue, again, to lie to your backers. Now you're put up the Ides of March Cyberfrog variant, Cyberfrog 2 Wrecked Planet. We can go right over to the Cyberfrog 2 Wrecked Planet campaign, and what does this say? 24-hour limited Ides of March variant that you are now selling on your eBay store for $100. Isn't that interesting? How all of a sudden you now have to sell things after the fact. Oh, but I thought campaign variants mattered. I thought it mattered. You used to cry, and probably still cry, about the fact that the variants that were campaign exclusive for the Rippaverse were being sold after the campaigns ended, but here you are selling Cyberfrog to Wreck Planet Ides of March variant. That's a 24-hour variant for that campaign exclusive. You're selling them after the fact because clearly you're a hypocrite. You're absolute hypocrite. You go around and say that you shouldn't be able to do these are campaign exclusive. You shouldn't be able to sell this stuff after the fact. But here you are being a hypocrite, selling these variants after the campaign has ended. So you're never going to beat the allegations of being an envious, jealous, narcissistic prick. You're always going to be an envious, jealous, narcissistic prick. And you're always going to be jealous of the black man in comics selling more comics in the industry that you claim to be a part of, that you've been a part of for supposedly 30 plus years of your life. So at the end of the day, you're going to continue to talk out both sides of your neck. You're going to continue to have truce with people and then not extend that same olive branch to other people that you believe you should have truce with. Because you know what? You no longer have any crossover with people like Yellow Flash and Eric July and people like that anymore. So you're going to continue to be a failure. You're going to continue to have flopped campaigns. You're going to continue to not be anywhere near as successful as other indie creators. So I thank y'all for checking out this video. I really do appreciate it. I'm glad you guys are sticking around. Sorry I couldn't get this video up sooner because of course my power was out. So thank you all for checking it out. If you're new here, smash like, hit subscribe, comment below what you feel about everything. Hit the bell for notifications, set the bell to all, that way you'll get a notification anytime I post a new video or go live on this channel, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.